Hello Capricorn, this is your spiritual bestie, Ciara. This reading is for the sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I want to start by saying, if you are new, welcome, my loves. If you're not, welcome back. Let's just get right into it. This reading is going to be for a mid-June check-in reading, all right? What's happening in the middle of June for you? I want to start by saying this is the general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest behind. If it doesn't resonate, try your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. You also will hear my air on, my AC. It's hot. It's hot, y'all. I tried to cool down my apartment before starting, but I'm sorry in advance. It's hot, and I need the AC on. Okay, let's get right into your reading for you Capricorn. So I'm going to be starting with my Wisdom Oracle deck, actually. For the sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What do they need to know? Middle of June, Spirit. Middle of June. Okay. Truth be told, I really like that energy for you. It's a beautiful card for truth be told. And we'll talk about it in a moment, Capricorn. The number on here is 14, so you could be seeing 111, 1111, 1414, or 444. You could also be seeing reverse of 4141. Any variation of the numbers 1 and 4, you could be seeing at this time. Truth be told, is all about the truth, right? I like to think of it as almost similar to the Justice card. It's taking your emotions, your feelings out of something and getting truth and clarity, but it also feels like a very eye-opening experience. We'll talk about it momentarily because I am going to go over a little bit more about the oracle and the key points, but now I'm going to pull you an animal oracle for Capricorn, please, for the middle of June. Ooh, 2 came out. What? Wasn't prepared for that. Let me see how I'm gonna arrange this. Capricorn, you got the seagull and then you also got the spider. I'm going to see if I can just do something like this. Okay, that works. All right, so you got the seagull and you got the spider. Oh, that's perfect, yeah. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, so Spider says, trust the creative spark you're feeling and express it through writing stories that inspire and enlighten. And then the Seagull Spirit says, now is the time for deep emotional healing. So you could really be focusing in on your healing. I'm hearing healing through creativity. That's what I'm getting, Capricorn, that there is a little bit of you healing through creativity. When you're doing things, you're actually, like, whenever you push yourself through your creative endeavors, it's healing you in a way. You being able to push yourself past your comfort, right? But also really diving into your crafts, your loves, your desires. It's healing you, and you're starting to see that life has more meaning for you. So if truth be told, the meaning is honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, the willingness to be transparent, clarity of communication. And so the oracle message, I'm just going to read the first sentence here. It says, there is the truth, which is the essence of a thing, and then there is a truth, which is subjective according to the philosophy of the adherent or believer. And I'll read one more. It says, this is not a time for debate about which truth is truer. So it's all about really setting your truth. What is your truth at this time? So there is a truth, right? Which is the overall facts with all the information. And then there is a truth. I feel like Spirit is saying, don't get into the nitty gritties of what the truth is in general. I feel like Spirit is saying, yes, of course, there's a truth in general, sure. But I feel like Spirit is saying, there is a need for you to have your truth, your face value. How do you show up? How do you see things that is happening in your life at this time? So I really like that for you, Capricorn, that truth be told energy. And I feel like your truth is in your creativity, right? Your creative spark, your endeavors, you expressing yourself. Because the Spider Spirit says, trust the creative spark you're feeling and express it through writing stories that inspire and enlighten. Some of you could be writers or enjoy writing. I'm getting also music for some reason. Some of you could be lyricists. Well, I'm not saying it right. Some of you could write music, right? Write songs. write poetry, right? Write short stories. Some of you could just feel, I'm all, you know what I'm getting? I'm also getting a little bit of like a vlog, or a blog and a vlog, actually. But I was thinking more of like, you know how like with Twitter, some people have like a blog where they say, this is my diary. I'm just going to come on here. I'm going to vent. I'm going to talk about the things that bother me. And this is my space. And that's kind of what I'm feeling for you. I feel like you're gaining a lot of energy, momentum. You're gaining a lot of interest, Capricorn. That's what I feel. I feel you're gaining a lot of interest, and people are really paying attention to you at this time. That's what I'm getting. All right, so for the middle of June for Capricorn, what's the overall energy? Overall energy. All right. Oh, I like that. Ace of Cups. That's beautiful, Capricorn. That is the card of ultimate fulfillment. Got the King of Cups on the bottom. Could be you really tapping into your emotions. You know what I'm hearing? The King of Cups also deep dives into his emotions. He is emotionally mature, right? He can handle his emotions. He can handle when life or the waves get a bit turbulent, right? He can handle the ins and outs of anything because he can like, that's not something that's hard for him. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that he can do, that he does, and he does it well. And so I really like this energy for you. It feels very much like you could be in a very like heart-based energy, and also you could be getting a lot of blessings at this time that makes you feel very seen by the universe, seen by God, seen by spirit. It feels very much like you feel seen, you feel heard, Capricorn. I really like that. Now, of course, Ace of Cups, if you're looking for love and romance, right? This is a card of ultimate love, ultimate fulfillment, finding that perfect love, that divine love. And that King of Cups could be the person coming in to show you that divine love. I'm hearing, let me show you what love is. Let me show you what real love is, right? Let me show you how great love could be, right, at this time for you. So you could really be tapping into a very heart-based energy. I'm hearing like even just loving your life, you're loving your job, loving your creative endeavors. I feel like you tapping into your creative endeavors and falling in love with those creative endeavors is going to heal you to be able to open up your heart, to feel that happiness, to feel that fulfillment. All right, let's keep going. All right, so for Capricorn, what's coming in for them? Capricorn, middle of June. Okay, we're gonna get the cards out right now. Okay, what's their challenges for the middle of June? Okay. Okay. And what's their resolution? Middle of June for Capricorn, resolution spirit. Uh-oh. Did not mean for that to come out, but we're gonna take it. We got the Six of Swords here. And then the Page of Pentacles also wanted to come out. So we're going to just take it. I'm just going to scoot everything down. Y'all know me, Capricorn. You're my first reading like always. So I'm always trying to... Sorry, Capricorn. My phone, my alarm went off and it just messed up the reading. And now I'm having to start over. And I'm really hoping I'm able to piece these two videos together. Anyway, I was saying you got the King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, which is, you know, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So this could be you really getting into your era, your stride. You know, with this King of Pentacles, he has a little bit of an air of snootiness, right? He is a card of luxury. He is a card of abundance. He is a card of, I'm getting like fruits of your labor, right? With the grapes on his jacket here. You know, grapes in the tarot talks about something that's actually hard to cultivate, but when you are successful at it, it is plentiful, right? It is abundant. And you have that skill that maybe not everyone else has. So it feels very much like when you tap into your skills, your energy, when you tap into yourself, right? And you say, this is me, this is what I like, this is, you know, this is what I'm leaning towards. This is my creativity. This is what I'm good at. This is my spark, right? It feels like once you tap into that spark for yourself, you start to realize how much you can cultivate in that amount of time, Capricorn. I really like that for you. All right, let's talk about what I'm seeing here. So we'll start off with the first card, which is your sorry, I'm getting distracted because I'm shuffling my clarifier deck. Let me focus. All right, so let's talk about what's coming in for you. So we got the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords can be deceit, right? Dishonesty, can be stealing, cheating, can be thievery, I should say. It can be a number of things, but it also can be strategy, right? Doing something in secret, keeping things close to your chest, right? You could also be tapping into an endeavor where you're not wanting to share your information with people right now. You might be keeping it close to your chest. You might be thinking, okay, I'm going to do this because this is what I want to do. This is my endeavor. This is my, you know what I mean? And it feels very much like you might be keeping things close to your chest because you don't want people to put their opinions on it. You might not have people who really get you around you. You could, but it just feels very much like you're keeping things close to your chest, Capricorn. Let's see. Why the Seven of Swords for what's coming in for Capricorn? All right. Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is that card of like feeling like you have to keep everything close to your chest. Again, another card that keeps things close to your chest, not really sharing information, not really giving out information. You're just keeping things close to your chest, literally. Four of Pentacles can also talk about stability. Oof, bottom of the deck, you got the Ten of Swords. So it definitely could be an ending. You know what I'm getting? Something could have ended and you're not telling people about it because you don't want people to pity you. I don't know, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting a little bit of you kind of shielding yourself away because you don't want people to know about something that's happening in your life. It could even be something like you losing a job, Capricorn, and you're like, I don't want people to know that I've lost my job, or I don't want people to know that I'm having this hard time, or I don't want people to know that I'm actually, you know, I just lost a friend, or I just, you know what I mean? I just had a really bad breakup. I'm having a very hard time. Money might be tight, but I'm trying to keep everything together. I'm trying to keep everything close to my chest. No one's going to understand. No one's going to get it. Capricorn, I want to start by saying, I get it, baby, okay? Whatever you're feeling is valid, and I see you, I hear you, you're valid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want you to feel like the way you feel is not valid, because it is. You are completely valid, and I understand you. I know that if things are happening right now in your life, it might be very, very tough, but I want you to know that I believe in you. And I know that whatever's happening in your life is temporary, yes, but it still hurts. Ten of Swords is not an easygoing card. It is a painful ending. It can also be a little bit of a betrayal. And so whatever's happening right now, it could have been a betrayal with money. I'm hearing trust, right? You may have had an ending or a situation where trust has been rocked, right? You put your trust in something, and now you're finding out that maybe maybe something else is happening where your trust was not being reciprocated, right? Like, you trusted to your heart's content, but this person, this other thing, this other situation, job, people, friends, what the situation itself could have made you feel like you've been betrayed, like you've been left behind, like you are alone in this. The Four of Pentacles feels very lonely. He's surrounded by the city and all these people, but instead he's sitting by himself with these Four of Pentacles, hugging it to his chest, hoping and praying that he can stay stable. It is a very, I hate to say it, I was going to say desperate energy. But a desperate's not the right word. It just feels, this Four of Pentacles feel very much like I'm just trying to hold it all together. I'm having a really hard, I'm trying to hold it all together. Just keep going, Capricorn. You are going in the right direction. Spirit is saying that everything is going to get better. So especially with this Ace of Cups, that's an opportunity. That's a new beginning there. Something that feels right to the soul, right to the touch even. All right, let's see. So your challenges at this time is Eight of Pentacles. Let's see. While the Eight of Pentacles is a card of work, diligence, right? Putting your nose to the grindstone. It is a card of mastery. And with this creative spark here, I'm really liking actually both of those energies. It feels very much like you're really focusing in on what makes you happy, your craft, your goals, your mindset, and you're really working towards something. And maybe you're keeping it to yourself, and maybe you're a little worried about money. Because like I said, this could be someone else, but this also could be you keeping things close to your chest and being like, I need to save my money. I need to make sure I can do this. I've been investing in this. I can't, you know what I heard? I heard I can't be wasting my money, but then I just saw 4 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. I'm hearing you're not wasting your money. Your investment is doubling, okay? The challenge is just sticking to the work, knowing that you may not see it right away. And you know what's crazy? I'm getting a little bit of like, you working with this 8 of Pentacles, and you still see it as the 4, Capricorn. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting you like working hard, nose down, but the conflict is you still see it as just 4 Pentacles when it's actually 8. You actually have more resources and more than you think you do. Let's keep going. Why the 8 of Pentacles for Capricorn? Okay. 5 of Wands. Okay, so that's a conflict right there. It is a card of conflict, competition, like rivalry. You got the 4 of Cups at the bottom. Feeling jaded, a little discontented, right? Feeling like things are just not enough. It can even be a card of just very disconnected with things that come in for you, even opportunities. And maybe that's the conflict, right? Because this is your, actually, that's funny. This is your, this is what's coming in. This is conflicts, right? This is what you have to work through, your obstacles. And so it feels like your obstacle is literally an obstacle at work. It feels very much like you might not be feeling like you're getting results quick enough, right? The conflict is to keep working even though you're starting to feel a little disconnected, discombobulated, feeling like things are just not lining up the way you want it. But the thing is, with this 5 of Wands, I like to call it, yes, it's a card of rivalry, but I like to call it my interview card. So the conflict is maybe the interview situation or the people or the rivalry, right, is tough, right? But you know what I'm hearing? I'm over it. I don't think you're really taking the competition to heart. But the thing is, how do I put this, Capricorn? It feels very much like you're kind of disconnected from the competition. You're like, I'm just going to put my best work out there. I'm going to do my best, and I'm just going to focus on what's important, which is my work, my mastery. But the conflict could be that there is conflict around you that is distracting you and making you feel like, is it worth it, right? I'm hearing, is it worth it? I feel so I'm so stressed. This competition stuff is so tough. I feel like I can't keep up, or maybe they are better than me. I don't know. I'm getting a little bit of like this energy of feeling like, is it worth it? Like, is my love worth it? Is my spark worth it? Is my creativity worth it? What I'm working on right now, is it worth it? Because all I see, that's what I'm hearing, Capricorn. All I see is the conflict. All I see is the 4 of Pentacles. I don't see 8. I don't see that I'm almost in the 9 of Pentacles, which is literally your fruits of your labor, luxury, money. That is financial freedom, 9 of Pentacles. But you don't see that how close you are, because all you can see is the conflict, and it makes you feel disconnected. You're just like, I just really don't want to be bothered with this. I don't want to be bothered. I want to be left alone. I want everybody to just chill. That's what it feels like, Capricorn. It feels like you're just kind of like, I want everybody to just leave me alone. Let me focus. Let me do what I need to do. Just everyone else can go sit in the corner, kick rocks somewhere. You know what I mean, Capricorn? That's what it feels like. But like, oh, look at that. But I'm gonna show you, since I saw it. Ace of Wands right behind that. There is something new coming in, something amazing. Because you've been working and not letting the competition, the conflict dissuade you. Even though, yes, 4 of Cups, you're just like, I'm so done, I'm so over it. It feels like this Ace of Wands is gonna come in and you're gonna be like, oh, finally, I can get away from these people. That's what I'm getting, Capricorn. Like, I really wanted to get away from these people. Good. All right. For your resolution, you got the Six of Swords, Page of Pentacles. So I'm not going to read them together, but I'm going to talk about both of them and then we'll clarify them. So with the Six of Swords, that's leaving, right? That's moving on to calmer shores, moving towards something new. But one of the things I really love about the Six of Swords is these swords here represent lessons learned, right? A situation that you've had to go through, that you've learned, that you've conquered, right? And now that you've learned those lessons, and even if it was a hard battle, it feels like you're now going towards something new. Something that feels more like the sun and less like rain clouds and turbulence, right? And with that Page of Pentacles here, it feels like you're literally moving towards a new opportunity that's being presented to you. Pages in the tarot are messengers in the tarot. So you could have gotten a message about a job where you're actually able to move, relocate, right? I'm hearing like, yeah, you got the job, like we'll see you in a month. And you're like, okay, now I got to figure out how to move from one state to another, or one country to another, even for some of you. And it feels like this opportunity is something you've really been looking for and wanting, maybe even manifesting, because the Page of Pentacles is a card of skill, manifestation. I even consider it a card of investment. So it feels very much like you're moving towards something that's more aligned to what you want. Ace of Cups, the life you want, the happiness you want, the joy you want, the harmony you want. Funny, because even though the Ace of Cups is the overall energy for this middle of June, it doesn't feel like a love reading to me. Not yet. Only because most of the cards here are very much work-based, Pentacle energy. And even with the Wands, it's entrepreneur energy, it's passion, it's drive. But in Swords, it's communication. There's not a lot of emotions here. So it feels very much like whatever this is that's coming in, you're so thankful for it. I think it's more like you're really thankful. It just feels like you're really thankful for something, an opportunity that's going to allow you to do something you've always wanted to do, maybe even a dream. But let's clarify it. Why the Six of Swords for Capricorn? Okay, Knight of Wands. I do like that. One more, Page of Pentacles. Why the Page of Pentacles for the middle of June for Capricorn? Okay. Six of Cups. Okay, I like that. I think that's the first card that we've had besides the Ace of Cups that is a little bit more of an emotional based card, and also can be a card of love, right? Got the, interesting. Got the Hanged Man on the bottom of the deck, which is all about changing your perspective. Can be a pause, surrendering, letting go. I'm getting also saying like deep insight. So I feel like they're saying you know exactly what you need to do. You have that deep insight, but it's, I feel like you're waiting for the opportunity to present itself. I feel like because you weren't sure when the opportunity will present itself, you've been waiting. But anyway, Six of Swords, like I said, with the Knight of Wands, it definitely feels like you're going on an adventure. Knight of Wands is an adventure-based card, action-based card. The Knight of Wands is all about passion, drive, going for his goals. It is a little bit of an impulsive card, but with all of this sword energy here and the pentacles, that's grounding this one energy card. I don't think this is something you are doing impulsively. I really think you've thought this through. I feel like you literally are wanting to move away from the conflict and really kind of focus in on what makes your heart sing, right? What gets you going? What makes you passionate? What drives you at this time, Capricorn? I really like that. So it feels very much like you're really tapping into your drive, your goals, your aspirations, and you're allowing yourself to maybe be a little bit more bolder than you usually are. Maybe you've always been very careful with making decisions, Capricorn, and now you're like, I'm tired of being scared. I'm tired of letting conflict, you know what I'm getting? I'm tired of letting conflict drive me. I'm pushing forward. I'm moving forward. I'm not stopping. I'm putting me forward. I'm going to do what I want to do. And I really like that. It feels very honest and it feels very real, but not honest and real, but what I was trying to say was it feels very you. It feels like you're finally allowing yourself to be yourself. We got the Page of Pentacles, Six of Cups. Now, I did say Six of Cups. Sometimes the Six of Cups to me can be like a gift from the universe, especially with this Page of Pentacles here. I feel like the universe, God, your spirit guides have heard your cries, Capricorn. They've heard how stressed you've been, how you really don't want to deal with the conflict. 4 of Cups, you've been over this conflict. You're wanting to move forward. You just want something that feels more freeing. I'm going to go back to this 7 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles. I said it felt like you're holding yourself together, but you know what? It feels very much like it's taking everything you can to hold yourself up in this regard. That 7 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, it feels like everything in you is trying to hold yourself up. But you're wanting freedom. You don't want conflict. You just want to do what you want to do, focus on your passions, have your emotional healing, but also be able to enjoy your life and have this deep fulfillment in your life. And it feels like with these cards, it feels like you haven't had any freedom, or you've been doing things for others, right? You've been thinking of others. And I feel like that's the thing with the 4 of Pentacles here. It feels like you're starting to tap into yourself. But then now when you tap into yourself, you're realizing, dang, like I've really given away a lot of my resources to people who don't deserve that. It's almost like you're starting to realize that you really haven't left a lot for yourself. And now you're holding on tightly to the little bit you do have for yourself. But a gift is being granted, a manifestation, because this is also a card of manifestation as well. But it is a card of familiarity. It can be a card of like child memories, nostalgia, right? Happy memories, feeling safe and secure. And it feels very much like whatever this opportunity is, whatever you're manifesting is something you either, I'm hearing like maybe something you've always dreamed of, like something you've always wanted as a child, a dream that you used to want as a child. You know, it could even be a career that you always wanted to have when you were a kid, right? I've always wanted to be an astronaut, and now you're actually going to train to be that astronaut with the Page of Pentacles. I'm just making up something here, Capricorn, but it feels very much like something you've always wanted. And now Spirit is saying, here you go. I'm giving you an opportunity, and you're going to feel so grateful and so thankful for this opportunity. And I feel like, yes, 6 of Cups can be nostalgia and happy memories, but I'm getting like you're going to be creating happy memories when you take this opportunity. That's what I'm getting, Capricorn. You're creating happy memories. But I feel like there's a need for you to let go of things that don't serve you and really focus in on yourself, your craft, and your healing, right? And maybe there's a need for you with that Truth Be Told card to like really tap into what's true and what's not, right? I feel like sometimes when we get in our emotions, it's very easy for us to think about everyone else's truth but our own. And maybe that's the thing. Maybe Spirit is needing you to sit down with yourself, realize what you do have and how you move forward, and really focus on yourself and not the conflict around you. All right, Capricorn, this is the reading I got for you for the middle of June. I really hope this resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe. I would love to see you added on to my channel and joining my Spiritual Bestie community. But other than that, I'll see you in my next reading. Bye, my loves. Take care and enjoy the rest of your June.